Today we're taking a look at the new album from Buckcherry, Roar Like Thunder, right here on the Vinyl Jukebox. What's up everyone, it's Ben from the Vinyl Jukebox, and if you haven't done so already, please be sure to leave a like and a comment below this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. Alright, so first a little bit of background info about the album. Buckcherry's Roar Like Thunder was released on Friday, June 13th, 2025. It's the band's 11th studio album, and it was produced by Marty Fredrickson in Nashville, and this is their third studio album in a row working with him. He had produced a few other albums of theirs, and then they took a little break, and now they're back to Marty Fredrickson again. This is put out by Round Hill Records, and the band for this album consists of obviously Josh Todd on lead vocals, StevieD on lead guitar, Billy Rowe on rhythm and slide guitar, Kelly Lemieux on bass, and rounding it out, Francis Ruiz on drums. This is the third album in a row with the current lineup of the band, and the album clocks in at around 31 minutes and 36 seconds, so short, sweet, and to the point, what we could expect from Buckcherry. So taking a look at the record here, it's a single LP. I really like the album artwork, kind of these drawing versions of everybody in the band. And the back side here, really cool. It actually consists of, I guess, Josh Todd's mic, kind of battle worn there. We have Josh's necklace, some drumsticks. So really cool artwork here, I have to say. I like this a lot better than the last album for sure. And I like how they put the album tracks here. It's kind of like a set list. So that's really cool as well. Like I said, short, sweet, and to the point. There's only 10 songs on this album. So, you know, like I said, what we could expect from Buckcherry, a real rocker, short, sweet, and to the point. So taking a look inside, I really appreciated how the band included poly-lined paper sleeves. I find that more bands are doing this these days. We'll take a look at the record here. I just got the standard black vinyl. I found that the European stores were doing all these different cool vinyl variations. I think the US store only did one of them. I could be wrong on that. But in the US, it was kind of limited just to black or the color, so I decided to just go with the black. I wanted the album pretty quickly, so I just ordered this one off of Amazon. I found that in the past, I've ordered off the band's website, and it's taken a little longer than release date to get the album, so I just wanted to get it from Amazon just to be safe. And the LP also includes just a sheet of to this side, lyrics and other information about the album, and we get some cool tour photos here of the band. So Buckcherry, I always think that their packaging isn't too simple, but it's pretty simple. They don't include too much fluff in their records, but you know, it's just what you need. I mean, you know, Buckcherry, like I said, they're kind of like no-nonsense rockers, so that's kind of what you'd expect from them. So like I was saying earlier, this album is an absolute rocker from start to finish, and taking a look at some of the tracks from this album, it starts out really rocking, but in my opinion, it really kicks in around song 3. So the album starts out with the lead single, Roar Like Thunder, the title track. Pretty cool, just fast-paced rocker, great from Buckcherry. To be honest, when I heard the lead single, I liked it, but I didn't love it. And that happens oftentimes with Buckcherry, where their first single I like, but I'm not like 100% all in on. Second track, When the Sun Comes Down, a fast-paced punk rocker, really great second track, keeps you in the album, keeps you moving. Then the third track is the second single that they released, Come On. And it's a very AC/DC-like riff. You'll hear me saying that a lot throughout this review. I think that they wear their influences on their sleeves. Very catchy chorus. I could see people just singing, chanting along to this one at their live shows. So really cool stuff. And this is the track, like I said, second single. This is the one that really grabbed me. This is the one that said, all right, this might be a really, really cool album from Buckcherry. That's not just your average Buckcherry album, but something that could definitely fit on that upper echelon of Buckcherry albums. Fourth track, Fourth track, Talking About Sex, a really classic, dirty Buckcherry, a funky rocker, something that you'd expect from the band, something that has those lyrics in it that we all know and love from Buckcherry. But I love that kind of funky sound. They always need to stick one or two of those songs in their album, so really cool that they put that there. Fifth track, Blackout, another classic Buckcherry song, a real drinking song, I think. Great lyrics on that one, really catchy. I Go Boom, number 6 on the album, so second side, track number 1. Really catchy chorus rocker, kind of like a stadium anthem headbanger in my opinion. You know, when during the chorus, there's this point where he says, I go boom, and there's kind of like a boom sound in the background. I really like that. I think it's kind of like a subtle sound effect that they put in that just supplements the lead vocal. And that's really awesome. I love that, hearing that. Track 7, Set It Free, was, I believe, the third single that came out. And this one was one that kind of had to grow on me in the days and weeks leading up to the album. This song really did start to grow on me. I'm not crazy still about the lyrics. I think the lyrics are kind of too simple, too simplistic. I think Josh could have done a better job on the vocals or on the lyrics there. But a really catchy riff. I mean, this song's all about positivity and setting yourself free. But, you know, with Buckcherry, I expect a little bit of attitude on those vocals, so wasn't too crazy about that one. But I do like it. Track number 8, Hello Goodbye, is the only ballad on the album, but it definitely has a little bit of punch to it. Best ballad I think that they've done in a few albums. You know, sometimes with the ballads with Buckcherry, they turn into songs that I tend to skip over when listening. Well, on an LP, I won't really do that, but definitely if I'm streaming or listening to a CD, I'll skip over the ballads oftentimes unless it's 15, in which all the ballads are really good. But this one really caught my ear, and I think it's really their best ballad since 15, since, you know, Sorry and Everything. Really catchy and really, really heartfelt, I think, the lyrics on that one. Track number 9, Machine Gun. This was the last single that they released before putting out the album, and to be honest, I think it's one of the best songs on the album. Total AC/DC vibe to this one, from the riff to the phrasing of the lyrics. Really cool, like, machine gun vocal sound that's present during the intro to the song as well as the post-chorus. They do like a rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and it sounds kind of corny, me doing it, but on the album it does sound really cool. So I definitely really like that track. And then the album closes out with track number 10, Let It Burn, which is an insane punk rocker. I mean, it's just, it starts out with these sirens, and then it just goes into the riff, and it's just fast vocals, fast paced, ending the album with a bang. I really like that one. So overall, here's my take on the album. I mean, Buckcherry released another classic, in my opinion. I think this can go down as one of their best albums for sure. They're on a roll right now. I mean, the past 3 albums that they've done with Marty Fredriksson and this current lineup of the band have been absolutely killer. You know, from Hellbound to Volume 10 to this one, I think that they've really found something, really found a new energy with the band that they didn't have for a little while. And, you know, this lineup has definitely gotten better and better with each album, I think. They're making their best music, in my opinion, since the early 2000s, since 15 and Black Butterfly. I think overall, album-wise, these albums are great, and they're really, I think they're really putting a lot of thought into the way that they write not just a song, but the album as a whole. I think StevieD is killing it on the guitar. You're really hearing his songwriting coming out on these recent albums. You know, from before when it was Keith Nelson being one of the main songwriters in the band, now it's Josh and StevieD working together. You can hear some of that Billy Rowe influence because he's on that slide guitar working. So it's really great what they're doing right now. And like I said, it's exactly what you would expect from Buckcherry. A few albums ago, I was getting a lot of songs that I maybe wouldn't expect from Buckcherry. Some were good, some were eh. But this honestly, I have to say, is the kind of Buckcherry that I want, the kind of Buckcherry that I need. And what I also like about this album is it didn't include any covers. The last album had one cover that was good, Summer of '69. Then 2 albums ago from that, they had another cover on it. I think they covered 9 Inch Nails' Head Like a Hole, which I wasn't too crazy about. Would have been cool just to see live, but on an album, I wasn't too crazy about that. But this one's just all original music, and that's really what I want from Buckcherry. I mean, unless it's a B-side, you know, let's keep it original for the albums for sure. This is the hardest working band in rock, in my opinion. I mean, they're always touring. Every 2 years you could expect an album from them. I mean, like I said, there's definitely a new energy to this band. And, you know, I want them to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, Buckcherry, I love seeing them every 2 years. They are a great band to see live. I'm actually seeing them in July, so I'm really excited about that. I actually haven't seen them for a while. So I'm most excited, honestly, to hear these new songs, maybe a few deep cuts, and you can always count on Buckcherry to put in some deep cuts in their live set for sure. All right, everybody, there you have it. So that's my review of Buckcherry's Roar Like Thunder. And let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the new album? Have you heard it yet? How do you think this one compares to their previous albums? Definitely let me know. Let's have a conversation, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, everybody, so if you haven't done so already, please be sure to leave a like and a comment below this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, share the video, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.